Hey guys, it's Brianna, and it is actually about 1:50 right now in the morning. I started practicing at 10 p.m. and then I just didn't check my phone for the time and I just kept going, so that's why it's suddenly so late. I have violin lesson tomorrow at 10, which kind of blows because I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. I of course just fed the girls, and the topic of having two hamsters in the same cage that may be territorial came to mind. Personally, my two hybrids here are not very territorial at all. The farthest they will go is sort of squeak at each other and then the other one will back off, so they're pretty respectful of each other. But one thing that I think is really crucial, oh my gosh, 13, having two hamsters in the same cage is having a large food bowl that both of them can sit in. Obviously, once I turn the camera on, the girls decide not to demonstrate what they were showing me before, but I think having a food bowl that is big enough for both of them to sit in is a really critical thing if you have two hamsters in the same cage. The reason being is if only one hamster can fit inside of the food bowl, then obviously only that hamster has access to the food, so the other one is going to get jealous if they can't access the food and the other hamster in their cage can. That also brings up the topic of having a food bowl with a low rim such as this. You can see that it's really easy for them to walk into because it's basically the same level as the bedding. Yes, the bedding does get into the food bowl, but the way I solve that problem is giving the girls little portions of food every day rather than filling it up completely and then all the bedding get mixed in. So that way once they finish their food, I can just easily empty out their bowl of bedding into their bedding and then refill it with food. So I suppose having a bowl with a low rim is a little bit messier. You can see they sort of throw their food outside of it too, but I mean, it's not really a big deal. Another thing you can do is have two food bowls in their cage. I recently have been thinking about this, and that's usually what everyone recommends, is having two of everything, which I think is great. I suppose if your hamsters are territorial, that is probably a good solution to solve it, but really I think one of the key things is having a large food bowl for both of them to sit in and a rim that is low enough so they can both easily walk in and have access to their food.
Anna, come out to say hello? Everyone wants to see you. Why are you eating down there? Come on.
I know in general it isn't recommended to have two hybrid hamsters in the same cage, but considering that these girls live in an IKEA Detolf, which yes is a new cage that I got for them, and their Halloween cage tour will be coming soon, but I think one of the crucial things is just having a large cage. I notice that sometimes girls will sleep together, and sometimes if they're not having it with each other, they'll sleep on opposite sides of the cage or just in different houses, but having a big cage allows for them to have their own privacy time when they want it. And then I think the other thing is that they're just naturally not aggressive towards each other. Oh! Sorry! That was my fault. Look at her. She's so pissed off. So I think it's just one of the lucky cases. I don't know, when I picked them out, I just had a good feeling about having them together. So far, it's been great. They haven't gotten into any squabbles. There has been no hair loss from fights that I haven't seen.